It's Shalonda, and I'm back with another video. I want you to be able to see the comments. So, all right, maybe there's some type of judgment going on. I feel like whatever this is that I was awakened to see is already gone on with some of these people, and it's continuing going on. Like I said, I don't think it would be silly to just start chasing somebody around for something, because what it is there's somebody's generational wealth that's in a stock. We'll call them a stock or a group of people who have surrounded the Holy Spirit, knowing very well who they were surrounding, or the Son of God. And these people stole everything from information, energy, essence, whatever this is. And then they dispersed and started building ideas for the past 20 years, at least. I say maybe even 30, maybe even 40, maybe even something, okay? That this plan was put to test. It do have something to do with Martin Luther King, I think, though. I don't know. It's something about going to the South, okay? For certain people, there might be some migration or something, or that we already talked about this. There was some type of migration for certain individuals. I feel like, again, some of these places up here are already dead from years and years of spell work being done on children of the North from the South, with their alumni and their sororities and their symbols and their hand gestures and their keeping up with the Joneses and living certain lifestyles and things like this amongst each other. Now, this is not just in the South. I just feel God keeps saying something about their cotillions and their balls. And since that's a Southern type of thing, and my family's from the South too, so I'm not, even though I wasn't raised there, and I lived in Texas for a minimal amount of time. My mom and my sister and my brother lived there for a long time. So again, I feel like these are alliances to karmic individuals or karmic families. Hell, I could be there, to be honest with you, or could have been. I don't know why they couldn't just deal with the clones that they have already, why they had to come here to me, because they had to go to I feel the chosen one. Maybe even there's clones of some of us, but somebody is the chosen one. And I feel like that's where they had to go to cipher this. They couldn't deal with the clone energies that they have, or whatever this is, okay? So this could be a father forsaking one, okay? Because again, there's an energy of me that is a similarity of, I'm just trying to figure this shit out. It's like they've been MK Ultra and brainwashing me all this time. I'm waking up to the shit. That don't mean that I ain't who I am. So, I don't know, I look at the huge similarity of a Martin Luther King and I. Now, there's something, because I was reading something that was making me think about an intertwining of many greats in one person, but somebody would expect something. But what I'm saying is, whatever I'm here to do is not something that you see on the physical. It's sacrificing someone on the cross, whether these people chose to, or I choose to still sit on this cross, or whatever the fuck this is. These people don't understand what the crucifixion really is. They're thinking of they should come by my house and I should be hanging up on the cross with blood dripping out my feet and hands. It's not what we're talking about. And the thing that's so hurtful is many of these people that have been in the middle know what this crucifixion entails. And those are the ones that, instead of lifting up a brethren that maybe has been raised in a garden and not in an exalted fashion, that went through the same thing, that would be knowing how they felt alone when they were in that situation, and to watch somebody that don't know nothing about the industry, it's like being an industry baby but not being in the fucking industry. You don't have fans where you say something and then they start chattering about it or whatever and get some commotion going on. That could also be manifestations and energy being put into something, you know, and they know that these people support. It's not like a hidden, because I feel like whoever's doing something, they're sharing my information somewhere, and some people like me and some people hate my fucking guts. and that's okay. But I don't know about this. It's not like they're allowing me to grow on my YouTube channel, so I can gauge how I'm doing, if I'm even on the proper narrative that people would want me on, some shit like this. And I feel like somebody's doing something or has done something to somebody's compass, their moral compass or something, to have someone off or have some fog or dust in their eye so they can't see what the enemies are doing. But it don't matter to me. I hope the enemies are being fruitful and enjoying themselves, and I hope they're building foundations, and I hope that they are being prosperous, and I hope that they are even, the money that they use that they stole from me, I hope that they building even more shit, because hold on. And I hope that they're being athletic, and because a lot of stuff is like cyberbullying, people throw stuff in your feed to try to, you know, make you feel some kind of way, okay? Because they can mess with your algorithms here. So I hope they're being fit and all that. I hope all this is going on, because eventually that's all going to start simmering down. The mental health, I feel, of these people is going to, remember, these are people that may have PTSD because they've gone through something like this, some form of crucifixion or public humiliation, so they know what it feels like. So the second death, some of these celebrities that didn't really die, they just went off in the scene, they went off in the cut so they can fight against the chosen one day, right? So but again, there's something about how the roots come home to whatever the fuck we talking about, okay? So I will hope that that's what they're doing. I hope that, you know, since I know who some of these head people are, I hope that they, you know, are okay, because eventually, yeah, it's just gonna be harder to find these people. And guess what? Also seeing that if they think they smart and they try to give it down to a younger generation or their children, the fact that they went for somebody else's children and that some of their children are my children, eventually, them training them children to hate me or look at me or my seed to do something like this, eventually they're going to grow up to be taking sides, and they may become dragons. And I guess it really don't matter in the end anyway, because now these children are going to turn evil and wicked towards them once they find out the truth, or just because. And those children are going to eat them. Those children are not going to want to be eaten by their parents and their earthly parents and their governors and their president and their fake mothers or other mothers. I just don't know how I see it, because yeah, they're going to turn on those slave masters that they have them slaving away in trap houses and underground facilities or whatever they're doing. Maybe they will see themselves in a different light and know that that's not anything that their real mother would ever allow or have happen to them. Because I feel like some of these people are kidnapped and they show them this mother, like people could go to the mother center or some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like they got these people in the underground or in the background or something like this. I don't know. They're like this divine entity or something within, sold into society somehow. And they have seen the mother. And these children have probably have to wake up early in the morning, do some squats and shit. You know, they could have been training these children up some kind of way where if they seen the mother that was down and out, because she can feel the essence of children, not knowing then, but feel the essence of something being off. Somebody's draining her, sucking from her. Somebody is in peril because of her or something like this. Or these people could lie and say, your mama didn't want you. You know, like they told when they separated my grandpa from his mother. His dad got married, and it's almost like one child had to go, and they chose for him to have to go and be a vagabond or something like this. And so that's why I feel the way I feel about whatever's going on with me. That's why they had to bring the illusion of being in a boarding home or something into my own home. They couldn't move me because can't nobody move me but God. So they had to make me feel, they had to do witchcraft or something on the household to make it feel like this husband of mine or this spouse of mine is my daddy, or this spouse of mine is a Miss Hannigan or something like this. So that's what they had to do, some kind of spell work here to do something. But these children, if they're being treated this way and they see me just laying around and possibly at one point in time, the masculine energy, you know, bringing things in for me or something like this, I can understand why these people would be upset, right? They will see it and say, oh my, that's what she does all day. Oh, but that's just their opinion still. Because I feel like whatever we dealing with me is about my essence. Can't be rebuilt. Can't be put in the bitch from the workshop. You can't be putting it in no damn computer thing, because it says in the Bible that you can't store up things that, or recreate things of heaven in no damn machine. So I don't know what these people is doing, but by all means, let them keep doing it, because the day is going to come. When they're either going to have to do right or die. Let's see what this is. Yeah. So we got family here. Shirley Jackson. All right. Here's that Blackwater energy. And then we got the two of cups, or I would say this like the two of cups or something like this. Okay. So it's funny how what people put out on people that's innocent, that didn't do this stuff towards them, that didn't deserve it. It is kind of like, you know, whatever you do, I'm rubber, you glue. Whatever you throw to me bounces off of me and right back to you. Whatever that is, that little stuff people used to say. All right? So nobody knew. Well, I didn't know. I was just thinking, like I said, that some of these people, they think it's because more of them making accusations against someone that lives a different lifestyle than they do, that's how they're going to win. That's how they're going to get people on their side to be okay with the dirty, foul things that they've done. Because people tired of hearing about God. Where was God during slavery? Right? But God was watching over the people that was really trying to enslave you. When it ain't no excuse to blame the white man, because if people just look just like you, whether they're foreign or not, that were doing this to you at some points in times. We have the braid, or the ignorance of someone here. So I'm going back through some of my posts that I posted yesterday or last night, because I don't know why Source had me looking at these things, but this will be looking at here. It started off with looking at Jude 1 and 6. There's a post somebody put up on my Facebook, and it says, "And the angels which kept not their first estate." So this is the angels that did not keep their first home. That could have been a shelter under the arms of a God. This could have been some type of energy like Vesta, like a home energy, like somewhere where they felt like home. But they left their own habitation. Okay? So some people could be leaving their own houses or traveling or something like this. We have justice in reverse. or this is where these people were. It's almost like I'm seeing fascism in a spiritual way, where somebody is a collective. Like these people were put together probably in the 80s or something like this or whatever, or in the 90s. And they were supposed to be a collective together to do something in this time to be prosperous or something like this. But they chose to leave out somebody or something. They chose to choose someone else or choose something else because they didn't want to. I feel like whoever these people are, they didn't want to be held accountable for something that they had done here. They didn't want, I don't know, cause it seemed like aliens coming and touching somebody's skull, like a crystal skull or something, and seeing what's in that skull. So these people could have thought that they were smart enough to put the soul or the spirit of somebody in a robot or something and have these entities or these creatures come and touch that soul and leave out all the horrible things or all of the sneaky things that they were doing that would get them expelled out of heaven or would get them in trouble. This is what I feel like they've been doing. Or a look-alike, you know, to just come down and just look at the mind of what's going on with this individual on earth. Or it might have been something where this person would have been transcending into another level or something, but they didn't want that to happen. They built up, man thought they were smart in science, and they built a bitch in the workshop to try to make into this person here. And they dressed it nice, like the golden calf, and they put stuff on it and everything like this or whatever, because they were embarrassed of the way somebody else dressed, maybe kind of tattered or something like this, because people have been stealing from them. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like, even if somebody had something, it's not like, oh, you know what? I know that I stole from you and everything, but I want to make that up. You know what? I don't have this right now, but you can come in and choose something. You know, nobody, nothing. Because they just, whoever these people is I'm picking up, they just didn't want nobody to know what they had done. They wanted to be able to come and skin and grin in front of other people and say, now work with us or choose me, right? Or pick me, all right? So we have something about these leaves falling or something like this off of a tree, okay? And I don't think it had nothing to do with the tree being sick. I feel like it has something to do with the leaves or the environment or something like this of something being sick. Somebody could have claimed it the other way around. I don't know. But it says, he hath reserved in every last chain under darkness unto the judgment of that great day. So that's funny because I didn't even know it was going to talk about judgment. And someone told me just to bring the judgment card out. Come and do something a little bit different. I think after this we're going to do the tower card, but let's just do judgment right now. All right? And it says emperor, and so this is somebody else shared on my platform. You can go look on my Facebook under Shay Seeking, because sometimes I post these things randomly. It's like post, and then later on I might come back with a video, and then all of it kind of goes together with what we're saying in the cards, the word separate. These are my witnesses, since people are not standing as witnesses for me. These are my witnesses, that I'm not just a robot that somebody plugs some information in, and so somebody else might come on here and be able to say something very close to what I'm saying here in a different way. But again, I like to bring it back to the basics sometimes to let you know that that's not me. It's when I pick up a book off the shelf or something and I open it up, it's where it need to be. Now, I'm not saying I'm the only one on earth that this shit can happen to. I'm just saying, to me, people get mad at this and they say it's a waste of time. Oh, we want to choose people that already have it in them. No, you want to do that. And I feel like there's a certain masculine that does that. You want to do that because you feel like you don't have time or whatever, or we have these new models or whatever that the information from you, right, from me, is already plugged into. So we don't need to sit here and watch you fiddle through those books and do all this other shit. But like I said, that's just the way we're going to do it here. Okay? All right? So I do feel like that. Somebody who likes to make, like I like people that are like, what is it, streams or rivers or something. But I feel like whatever this is, what are you talking about? The river is in me because it's in my Akashic records. Everything that I'm doing right here, everything I will be doing. But again, of course, these people, again, Again, of course, these people know this because that's what they have been feeding off of to build their new nation that they're building under my nose, or that they think they are. Okay? So it says Emperor Constantine, the first Christian emperor, worships the Sol Invictus. Now, this made me think about that one song by, who is it? The Teddy Bear. And he said he promised he will never love the sun again. It says the Sol Invictus is another name for Apollo, Apollyon, Abaddon, and Lucifer. Now, y'all know what I say about the Apollyon, the Abaddon, or Abaddon energy. Was one of the first coal miners, is what he said. Okay? So, again, like I said, people want to say, mind your business. Well, that's what they've been doing all the time they've been here, is minding my business, trying to shove it up my you-know-what in asterisk energy. Because in old maps, that brew energy or breathe energy is here. And so if this is like, we've been going back a long, long way back. You dig what I'm saying? It says, so I'm talking about maybe not what we're seeing as this man standing in front of us, but whoever's wearing the mask of that man. Because these people think that I don't know. That's not really who we dealing with. Okay. The person most responsible for twisting Jesus's message into a religion of fear, rituals, and worship of blood was a Luciferian. So this Constantine was responsible. Now, you had to wonder if this was even a Christian person at all. Maybe this was a Muslim or something else. All right? But somebody was mixing up Jesus's message. It sounds kind of like somebody mixing up my message. This could very well be a twin flame. This could very well be what we were saying, that it seems like somebody, yeah, so somebody else is going to get this fate here. This mother energy, maybe, okay? I see some slight similarities, okay? With this card, actually. But this moon right here is at the real woman's feet. And it's at the foot of judgment, too. Because somebody stole something. This person could have been messing around with whatever this energy is. Whoever we're talking about. And so, because they thought they wanted to deal with this other person, they mixed up my words. It's almost like that you used to be the talk of the town. It's kind of like Scorpio energy, and I think Biden is a Scorpio. And now look at you. And so again, people don't realize that there's not no such thing. I feel like with a God, there's no such thing as depression. We go through I feel like I've gone through some type of battle or something that I was not prepared. Like these people knew that they had something that was delicate in their hands that would not be able to combat against whatever these things. Now, you can't end me. You can't break my spirit. And that's the most fucking important thing to me. But what you could do is mock me, ridicule me, crucify me, twist my words up, get people to mislike me, try to put me in false imprisonment, mental prisons, MK Ultra. That's what they can do, because I'm still a being here on this earth. It's just something that's built up inside of me that God placed there. It's something that may not be in everybody else. And everybody is unique in their own damn way. And I feel like some people is mad about that. All right? So we got, again, Lady Liberty, something with this, also with this Haitian energy and this French energy or something like this, where I told you guys I seen that floaty that they made with America being in a jail suit, bound and chained, okay? And pinned down to the ground, bound and chained. And we know that this has something to do with this Mithra energy, or, what they have here, the Lady Liberty, the slave chain, in God they trust, okay? And we have Athena here. We got Lady Liberty, we got Isis, and we got Invictus. But I'm going to go ahead and put Mithras there as well. One nation under darkness. So again, these people could have crucified or abandoned their original energy here. And now we're going to be a nation in darkness. But this is some kind of villain era or something that these people want to occur here. I don't know. All right. They think they want darkness. They think they know darkness. They think they've seen the darkest of the darkness. All right. So we have this 9 energy, this person clothed with the sun. Her arms are wrapped in water and something else, this purple rain. We got the 9 of hearts here. I don't know, this could be a sun energy, okay, in the reverse. And then we have this Flannery O'Connor, humanity. This peacock is for like royalty, and she's taking the eggs out, breaking them, or something. I don't know what she's doing with this, okay? So this is like science and man or something like this. Somebody might be kind of creepy. This made me think about that show that I started watching, but I can't really get into it, about the 2 twin sisters that was delivering babies all over the world. But I feel like this has something to do with like home invasion on some other kind of level here. Okay? They're showing us one thing in that show, but I think that this has something to do with something else, if you don't know what I mean. Okay? And then we have the Chariot here. So this is a masculine energy that bound his own feminine, or this is another spiritual person and raped her even of her eggs or her, and pillaged her of everything, leaving somebody a broken vassal, or trying to at least. And took her eggs and delivered them to the idols that this person watches, because you can't worship 2 gods. You're going to love one and hate the other. So this has to be somebody that probably deals with transgender energy, or they feel like as a transgender themselves, they're not accepted by someone like me. So these people devised a plan here. All right. Because now I'm starting to see that again, some of this spell work has been coming up from the South for a long time. This means these people are tapped into certain things, and they know certain things about you that you don't even know. Somebody is using you as a model of what to try to be, but what not to be, okay? And this is definitely something that comes from some type of something. That Texas Bama energy. In the Roe v. Wade that they took away, but they may try to put it back, but I feel like they needed this to be dead for a while. They needed to get rid of the monarchy for a while. So these people can show their true colors here. All right? They're not going to show it to God. They're not going to show it to the Son of God, but they're going to show it to each other. Because this is like funky, like flexing. It's kind of flexing on somebody. But we know how that shit is. You know, when you're so worried about what the outside of your body look, and your pretty dresses and your this, and that, and you're not really worried about what's going on within. And this one God had to bring it to your ass. Because they think they can hide whatever this is here. Yeah. So we got the Hierophant. There go a God energy. And we got the volcano. It almost hit the floor. It stopped at the bottom of the table. But this is what this is. I don't know why I was looking at the other day. Some kind of order to boil, or I guess an order to boil water or something like this. Okay. So somebody could have recently did something here. Somebody was, I think, having some water, or filling up their cup with some clean water. But in reality, they're still filling it up with the original water. This is a feminine energy, a fungus or something that looks very nice and pretty, and it grows pretty flowers on it, or something that's growing on a masculine energy here. This is someone that practices child sacrifice. It's just that's what's the difference between a lot of some people, the light and the dark. A lot of the dark are down in the delta, or are down, okay? And things are being activated in them as well. This just the only thing is they're using these things to take from their brother, to be covetousness, to steal, to kill, to rob, to do these things. They're using these charms, the charmed ones, okay? I want to take this one, even though it didn't fall out. It's the, Emily Dickinson, the soul, because these could be soul snatchers as well. Jewels, like what I said, people that have been stealing people's jewels. Now that could be in any different ways, okay? And then we have this energy of ships here, okay? So we have jewels and ships, okay? So it's almost like thieves and thieves, or thieves, and it's almost like take them into slavery again in ships, where no man shall buy them, but everyone will bind them. There's something about some people being bound. These people are going to be one by one put to test, that they thought what they should put somebody else under this test and then try to co-sign as to like they went down the same journey. No, we're going to make sure that you do go it down it, since you try to act like, no, oh, somebody ain't no different, everybody do it. These people really was putting something on like everybody's different. I mean, like everybody been through that. Girl, everybody been through that. Ain't nobody, we all the same. They knew somebody was not the fucking same. They knew that if somebody came and took this twin flame away from me at this point in my life, that they were trying to do something and go against what God had in store. All right, we got this black cat energy here. So somebody could be using cats or something like this for some type of spell work. I'm going to put that next to this soul card. All right. They knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted the Holy Spirit to fall into place with the leaves that are wrapped around her, or those green eyes that's wrapped around her on the world card. And they wanted her to turn into somebody that's from the divine. It's no offense. It's just my energy ain't the fucking same. You're not going to put me in no vine. That's not what it is. My shit is different. This is a soul fucking heir proprietor energy to a throne, to a fucking empire that these people have taken to make, model, and everything that should have been of essence or substance for me, and they have dispersed it amongst many. And that means that if you did that, then motherfucker, you gonna have to pay. And that's just, I don't give a fuck what McCarthy or whoever the fuck, because a lot of these men are trying to, they already know who somebody is. And what they're trying to is get somebody in the snare so that I will have to go to one of these men when I'm already a bitch that's rich. And if you got some of my stuff stored up in your storehouse, then that's now my storehouse. If you taking one of my divine masculines, which really might be some of my bitches, if you really want to know, and you got them stored up in your storehouse, nigga, some of your storehouse is my storehouse. Because again, in the Bible, we rearrange it, and I am the emperor. Those are my women, even if they look the fuck like men. And that means that they can't get married again, like it says in the Bible. Somebody been the emperor the whole time. And that means anything that they took from me and they exaggerate, or they gave it to you and you made you more fruitful. Because nobody, the Ezekiel's will, or the wheel of fortune in the tarot, because the tarot is in the Torah and the Torah is in the tarot, is fixed. It's fixed on its axis, like the earth. But everybody that eats from the earth naturally before these chemicals and shit like this, you be healthy. You take from, you rub Jesus's coat or cloak or coattail or some shit like this, you're going to be prosperous. Nobody said that Jesus was. He was still walking around in a robe and some fucking sandals. But everybody that came in contact with this person. So somebody just forgot. Somebody wanted somebody to be barren here, but God already did something here. So even if I don't get to see it, it should be seen. And you know how I know? How I know? Because these people didn't, I didn't go to them and try to steal their essence or their children or something like this. You already told on yourself when you out there flossing, but you came to me to get the essence. You kidnapped my children. You took my children and gave them to these idols. For some reason, God may not let these people produce. You know, in the back of the day, I keep seeing these baby bunnies. Back in the day, you know, people look down on it, but back in the day, women were rushing, or they were being rushed into situations and having babies at an early age to make sure or ensue something. These people were, and then some people in our age were rushing to get degrees and everything. And then sometimes it's too late for them, or they have infertility or something like that. We just have to look at the balance of it. You can't be a boss bitch and be like all the time and be a nurturing mother at the same time. At some point in time, you're gonna love one and hate the other. You're gonna love one and hate the other. And you're either gonna get so busy, as women we're talking, you're gonna wanna work a lot of hours and you're gonna be abandoning your children softly, or you're going to get a nanny or something, which there's no problem with that as long as you're putting your time in with your children. But I'm just saying, it's still, you're giving you know what I'm saying? The couple hours that you will get when you're not working to spend with your children, you're not spending them with your children. So it's almost like the same way they wanted me disconnected because I would never let somebody take my children and harm my children with me knowing it. The same way they did MK Ultra on me and did something by taking my children. They didn't even know that they were doing this by the hustle and flow that they were putting on for the city, and how disconnected their children may be to them. And then their children may look at somebody like me and say, I wish I had a mother like that. And my children might say, oh, my mother was just a slob. All she did was sat around and just take care of children. She didn't even get dressed every day. And I want a mother like that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's something that's going on behind the scenes as to what somebody thought or what they see. Because I always said, yeah, somebody can invest in all that and say, well, my daughter went to this college and da. But what I was betting on is that one thing I did, and I feel like somebody's been listening all this time and redoing things. I value myself on raising children that are decent children, that are decent people, that are going to be decent people to other people. That will go within first and then also see something in other people that they, and then build themselves, not to think that they're better than or anything like this, but not to like worship these material things or the material gain, or these certificates and things like that, because many people have made it without that. Many millionaires have been created without that, or have been made without that. And they didn't have the formula, and they didn't have no parents. And some of these people were kicked out or left school when they was 15, 14. When we're talking about people back in the damn 1900s. So again, I think people should stop judging people by whatever. The only reason why I am judging these people right now is I'm judging them by their works, because certain things about these particular people have been shown to me now in their ways. So we're not even talking about them. They don't really matter. It's their ways and what they're doing with, or their works, and how those things are being applied into communities and families in the nation, and what it's actually doing here. Is it festering into some nation that's going to be under darkness because they chose so many other gods? These men that could be family of mine or kinship, that have had their chance to prove something, and they wanted to take from their baby girl. They wanted to, or a feminine energy that's just coming into her. They wanted to steal her show. We got the Strength card. I only want to use some of these. The Spider, because I feel like these are resonating. Okay. This Sonic the Hedgehog with the coins. Somebody's probably going gathering up some fucking coins here. We got the subconscious in reverse here. And I really think this has something to do with that. Somebody's subconscious here. All right. And then we have Judgment here. Okay. Let's see. So we got Judgment in the reverse, and we got Judgment in the upright here. All right. And then we have the Tower moment. Okay. I'm going to put those two up here. All right. And the King and a Queen. Yeah. A King and a Queen in reverse. Okay. Let's see. All right. Now we got something going. All right. So it's saying here that in Proverbs, okay, I'm not going to even say which one. It says, but if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He, this could be a she or a he or a them in this day and age, because we deal with the living energy as a living God, going with what we're reading here, but also redoing these things as we go. And I don't mean it. I mean noticing these problems and rectifying them to a certain extent. Okay? Because again, I am my father to a certain extent. It's just how it's going to be. All right? So it's saying, but when he is found, he must repay 7 times what he stole. He must give them, he, they, or them, or she, okay? He must give all the property of his house, if necessary, to meet his fine. So this is kind of what we were talking about last night, okay? Because I feel like these people like, I don't got it, or, oh, I just need to do, or I don't want, or, oh, it wasn't me, or something like this. And they're not going to get away with it. It says here that the rich rule over the poor. And, okay, so the rich, now, again, but thou art rich, some of you. Okay, you may not have the finances in front of you, but thou art rich. How are you rich? Because you're stock. How am I rich? Because of my stock. Because some people thought they were playing around coming in God's garden and take something from the tree, but the tree, no. That's why God said don't touch the tree. It says, and the borrower is the slave, and the borrower is the slave of the lender. So some of these people are going around claiming that they just borrowed it from you. Some people are claiming that you let them borrow something, right? Nobody never came to ask you if it's true, but some people are claiming that you let them borrow something. Yeah, and look, what fell on the floor? Somebody was using black magic here to borrow. So, and we're going to put this next to the subconscious. So they must have been going into somebody's subconscious here with some type of sleep hypnosis or some type of something here, okay? Now remember, all these people, they value these, because it don't stop there. When they get, I can see why they did these things, right? I can see why people value education on that level, right? But that even man's, let's go ahead and look it up, because I want to make sure I say it right. So these people, if these masculine or these feminine or these people have turned back away from their wicked ways, okay, and they're doing the work of God, these people can't be touched. So this God's. Oh, okay. Then we're not going to read it. Y'all don't need to know. All right. We have some type of healing situation here. All right, in reverse. So somebody could have been trying to put curses and remedies on somebody's family tree or on them being an emperor or an empress or something like this, okay? But again, all of these remedies and these curses are about to backfire on these people here, okay? They thought they ended somebody's family tree, and I don't even know why. I don't even know why. It's like these people already took the men and women, the money, the empire. They already took over whatever command centers and shit like this. You know, why did they have to do whatever this is? We have the high priestess, somebody with some type of authority here. And then we have the sabbats, a celebration in reverse. So again, like we was reading in the Bible the other day, that these people's celebrations. So I'm here and just keep it kosher or keep it something, okay? And so these celebrations, somebody could, I think it's funny because the first thing that came up into my feed today was somebody celebrating. Beautiful, very well dressed, beautiful individuals at some wedding or something. It was very gorgeous. Yeah, they was stunting on the motherfucker at this motherfucking party. All right. So I don't know if this is somebody trying to say that somebody is getting married or something like this because you're pairing these partridges in a pear tree. Okay. But we see that these sabbats, they may be calling them this, but this is in reverse here, these celebrations here. And then we have a high priestess here with some type of authority. So I feel like this could be who know what's up. Okay. And if these people are still with these festivities or whatever, they think what they're doing, but something is coming to an end here. All right? It's a heat wave. I don't know why I said a heat wave. I don't know. It may not be a literal heat wave, although that could be something. But I feel like people are about to get to a boiling point, or somebody is going to start showing their true colors here. So somebody could be trying to get in a marriage or something so they can show their true ways or their true colors here. All right. There could be a high priestess that's or a high priest that is a black widow energy here as well. And then again, we have this hedgehog or porcupine where these people that was celebrating was messing with somebody that they just go moseying around, doing their own thing. And the only time their quills come out is if somebody put their hands on them, right? And these people decided this was a good idea right here to try to harm this person because they don't understand somebody or something like this, all right? So while these rich are ruling over the poor, you still have slave masters. They're just got degrees and shit like this in college, and they also work in the government, and so they know they can put a camera in your house and show that you are incapable of, if you're going through a hard time, or some people are depressed. I feel like my energy is being drained, okay? That's a difference, okay? And some people are depressed, or they may be carrying themselves a certain way, but these are people that find out about their own family or people in their community or people in their jurisdiction. They find their what do I want to call it? They find out or they make up something about these particular people that may be rich but don't know it, right? Because of their lack of knowledge. And they have a whole system where they're running people through the mill, okay? It's the run of the mill. I don't know why they're saying it like that, but they're running people through this process where they're skimming off valuable assets or something off the top of your cup, and they're using them to form some type of riches here, all right? So these rich people, or we could look at it like this, where these rich people are ruling over the poor because of their money. But really, I feel like the first house these people were in, the riches was actually, let's see, the riches was maybe actually the people. See? That you're seemingly poor, but thou art rich. So the rich was the actual vassals, okay? The chosen one or chosen ones. But they turned that in. That wasn't enough for them. They needed the money and the riches here, okay? So it can mean either or depending on who you are and how you think, all right? I don't know. This could be something that's generational here with this Six of Cups when I cut the deck. Somebody could be claiming that somebody that they, you know, somebody is just their dog or their companion or something like this. Or their pet. Somebody could be somebody's whole husband or wife or some shit. Some of these people are vacating and leaving their families behind and choosing other vassals or new bodies to get into and starting over. They never had no inspirational thought in they whole life. They could have been with their wife for 30 years, never talked about their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations, or nothing like this. They sit there and listen to their wives' dreams, hopes, and aspirations and go plug them bitches into another bitch. She ain't even got to be skinnier. She ain't got to look better than nothing. It's just these are pirates or vampires, and this is what they're always gonna do. And the only time when they're really talking is when they're calling somebody else over or in to run their mouth about what you doing instead of talking to you as a grown. They bring children in. These are people that only like to work with children because they feel like they can manipulate children. They don't want to work with people their age or older because they know they can't manipulate them. These are people that are ruling as a child here, trying to put somebody in a third-party situation so that they can just suck from somebody's energy and have another bitch walking around here like she bad. Get the fuck up out of here. Yeah, you've been a bad boy and girl, and somebody is the dad of this motherfucker, and that's why you about to get your ass whooped. Trying to leave somebody out in the cold, and then they actually leave this person after they suck everything from somebody. They leave this person out in the cold. These people could have been looked at society as already being billionaires. That's the fucking problem. So this is the greedy, what we were talking about last night, those greedy cops or those greedy police that you can put lipstick and makeup and Hollywood dresses on a pig and it's still a fucking pig. Somebody could want to be defensive against this rotten soul. Somebody is just attached to rotten souls. God gave them the opportunity and they can't come towards a real bitch. They feel more comfortable with these other mothers like Coraline, these Beldam energies that want to feast off their children. That's so gross to me to even look up and be inspired by somebody that has that mentality. And unfortunately, a lot of these women, I feel from the South and from other places that feel like they didn't do something. Because in the North, I feel like these motherfuckers don't care. It's kind of like a graveyard really up here. I mean, I'm just telling you, maybe that's why I'm still here to help do something here. I don't know. But, and this is, I know you want to say it's stereotypical, but I'm just saying from what I've seen. A lot of, even when my mother went to the South, she was more so, I know her when she was in the North, right? And she was just sitting around and everything like this, being a mother, probably with a house coat on, smoking cigarettes, watching Days of Our Lives. I'm pretty sure women in the South was doing this too, okay? But what I'm talking about is when it comes to schooling. They have a whole different thought process. A lot of people come from the North to go to the South to go to school because they pride themselves in education here, which is training, okay? But that's not all this life is about. But obviously, these people did know something. They already had something going here. They knew that this was what they were going to use. Because if I am just a house mother and I'm raising my children and my sister is a therapist or a psychiatrist and goes to school for that, then it doesn't matter. I could be a fucking therapist to you more than this person could if they're narcissistic. But at the same time, that person has a title. So if they go in these secret courts, then somebody is going to, it's like they have some type of like, I don't know, they have some type of group or society or something here where it's like, oh, you call, yeah, okay, you got that, okay, okay, okay. So it's like something about got the hookup, I'm hearing, all right? So this is no offense for anybody, everybody that goes to, we know we're talking about a society of people that want to play the big bad wolf. While their eyes was watching God. We're talking about the have and the have-nots. Because and we're talking about to the sense where you were the one that had it. but somebody stole it. We're not talking about nothing else but that. We talking about the big payback. We talking about that. The same way you wanted your vengeance or you wanted your whatever it is, right? The same way that everybody deserves it, okay? So we're talking about a small group of people that may be in the South. We're not talking about every Southerner. But I see the plan that it starts to come to me as to what they were doing against one person in their mate. All right. It says, in you they take bribes and shed blood. Okay. You take interest and profit and make gain of your neighbors in extortion. But me you have forgotten, declares the Lord God. So this is like a collective group of people doing something here. All right. Trying to extort. It's just, again, like I'm saying here, is I know you took something that belongs to me, including a house or an empire, and I want it back. Period. Somebody could possibly keep the man, because if the man was doing this, you'll never be able to be married to him, the man, woman, or whatever, because they've already been mine. But if you want, so you're not going to have control over their money, their business, their finances, me, or any fucking thing. My children, none of that. And if you're caught holding any of them, you will take your ass to jail. Period. All right? So that's what that is. And I don't have to extort a damn thing. It's just what it's going to be. And again, it'll just be, you will be bound, or you will be enslaved, or you will be paying back, or you will be fucking taxed, or something like that until I get it back. The same people that wanted to think they was going to see somebody like me without nothing, you're going to see something. See, because these hoes know that somebody already has the essence, okay? They already have something in them. So if this person is able to be in a environment where the things around them and the people around them, and they so fucking smart, they should know that, all right? And that somebody would be able to kind of get a one-up over these particular type of women that I'm talking about that came from me. That's who we're talking about. They wanted to put spare work or something on somebody's finances so they don't get to go shopping or do this. And so it'd be easier for people to look and say, oh, that thing, oh my God, yeah, we shouldn't have this person on our team or whatever. But think about that. Think about that. Somebody is the whole reason why you have any of that shit. Think about that. So we have, if your brother becomes poor and cannot maintain himself with you, okay, you shall support him as though he were a stranger and a sojourner. So some people, I feel like, want this energy here, but they didn't give it to you. Yeah. So again, a lot of these brothers became poor because these people stole from them. And he shall live with you. Take no interest from him. So these people are also, oh, I got to go buy you some McDonald's. Okay, and they're in the background charting that shit up to like $1,000 meal. Oh, when this person, oh, well, then go ahead and transfer this much to my account because I just had to buy this person this McDonald's. You know, it's some scheme or something that they had going on here behind the scenes. And to be honest, it's not even the person. It's energies attached to, they're attaching themselves to a spouse, female or male, hanging out with you for the day, attached to this energy. And then if your spouse goes and buys you some food or something, these people are charting it up to the fact that you borrowed something from them because they're attached. Because we're talking about Lord of Hosts energy or demonic attachments here. Okay? Take no interest from him or profit. So, but they're not supposed to be taking any interest or anything. It says, but fear your God, that your brother may live beside you. You shall not lend to him your money at interest, nor give him your food for profit. So again, like I said, if somebody needs something, this person is supposed to help them out possibly. And I feel like this is put here because they know exactly who some of these people were is the reason why they're broke. It just is. They know who is the reason why these people don't have something here. And it says, nor give him your food for profit. And so this also could be, This also could be talking about, you know, oh, give me money, like Esau and Jacob and Esau. Because I'm not giving my birthright up to no fucking body. Not saying that I'm Esau. You understand? Not saying that I'm Jacob. I'm just saying with that narrative, I'm not giving my stuff up to nobody. As we got the Nine of Wands here standing in her power here. Okay? We got the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody has been holding back some finances or something from somebody. Acting like they're going to bring it in here. Because they didn't want to see you glowing like this. They didn't want to see your full glow because these women could not compare then. They would look like machines. Some of these people are machines, and they would look like the machines that they are. And that's the truth. Okay, because whatever this is an illusion. They put all this stuff on their self and everything to try to make themselves look so good because they're so filthy on the inside.